Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a little bit different of a video than usual. Today I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks I use for my legendary campaigns. I'm not going to cover all of it because there are quite a few of them, but right now we start with 5 tips that you can use in your legendary campaign to get off to a good start or to understand some of the fundamentals and just trick the enemy sometimes. I have done some informational videos in the past on how to do sieges and how to make a lot of money, so I will not be covering them in this video. Let's start off with the first one, and the first one will be army baiting. This is very useful on the campaign map to trick the enemy into actually attacking you. So as you guys can see in this example, there is an army in Magritta and we want to get them out, so we want them to attack the army that had just one lord. You can do that by just putting one of the armies into ambush mode and the other one just standing there. So it's going to be an easy battle. That's what the AI thinks, and then you can just defeat them afterwards. The second tip I have for you guys is sacking cities, and sacking cities in this case for experience. As you guys can see here in the example of my Heinrich Kemmler campaign, I early on attacked Gisero to get a lot of experience for Heinrich Kemmler and level him up. This is useful for lords that require a bit of levels to actually start rolling. For example, the vampire accounts are heavily reliant on magic nowadays, so I advise you guys to do this and gain a lot of experience. They normally just run in and either try to defend it or build up like every single time. So I advise you guys to just fight them, clear the army or clear the garrison, and in the last example you guys will see here of this is that afterwards, if their army is defeated, so for example here in Gisero, they have 0 garrison, and then they almost always just repair that city, so you can just go in again, attack it, auto-resolve it, and then sack it. And so this way you will get a lot of experience very quickly. The next tip I have for you guys is don't expand beyond what you can defend. As you guys can see here in the example of Norska, I expanded way too quickly. I defeated one of the leaders of one of the tribes, and then I got Albion in this case, and everyone just started declaring war on me and I couldn't defend it. And in this campaign, my Skarting campaign, I expanded way too quick everywhere and I didn't really think of the order tides. So you can see the dwarves, Reichland, everyone was sieging me, and I pretty much had to give up or try to like consolidate some provinces. But for example here, you guys can see the Elithanar campaign. I started out relatively safe. I tried to pretty much expand when I could and build defensive structures everywhere or where I needed them, and then I could build a giant empire in not a lot of turns actually. So try to place your armies at strategic positions and expand with them when you feel like you can, and when you can defend, or when you feel like you can defend the provinces you currently hold. I'm pretty sure if you do this and be patient and try to expand when you can, you will have a way more enjoyable campaign than when you try to expand everywhere at once. Alright, the next tip I have for you guys is basically use the siege attacker trait. What this does is basically make sure that you can attack walled settlements immediately instead of having to wait for siege equipment to be built. And a lot of units, actually large units, have this trait. Alright, the last tip I have for you guys is build defensive structures, especially when you are facing a lot of aggressive enemies. As you guys can see here in my Huns Marshals campaign with Marcus Wolfhard, of course, you face a lot of lizard man, and in the beginning greenskins as well. So what you guys can do is build defensive structures so your garrison will be bolstered and you can defend them more easily and have more freedom with your armies roaming around, and this way you can more easily build a giant empire. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of video. I want to do more of them in the future. You guys can leave in the comments below some tips and tricks you have yourself for legendary campaigns or campaigns overall, but these were my 5 tips right now. I think I will actually do more in the future to help you guys out with some campaigns, because sometimes I get a lot of questions about how to start legendary campaigns or about what to do in the mid to late game, and I think the tips that I covered today are pretty useful. Of course, if you guys are more experienced in the game, then these might not be useful at all, or you guys already use them or know about them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I would like to thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.